Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today we are talking about my fall makeup must-haves for 2019, and this video is in collaboration with Love Heatherette. So first and foremost, if you have not subscribed and or tuned in to Heather's channel, I will have all of her information as well as her video linked below for you. So as soon as you're done with this video, you can run right over there and check her out. But she does seasonal project pans, which I absolutely love to watch. Usually they will include some of her must-haves from the seasonal video, like this one. She does a chopping block series where she uses products that she's considering decluttering for a certain amount of time, and then she comes back and gives her decision whether it's been chopped or not. And then she also does get ready with me's with her seasonal project pan items, which I love to do personally. And then the other thing that is absolutely fantastic about Heather is that she knows how to get a bargain, especially at Ulta Beauty. She has a way of picking up like astronomical amounts of points. She knows how to stack discounts with sales. She knows when the sales are going to be, and so on and so forth. Heather's been doing this for quite a while, and so it's really fun to watch her videos like this one because you're going to see a lot of limited edition makeup, which I think is really fun personally. I don't get upset if somebody uses a limited edition blush because I can still find a similar color of blush, but it's interesting to see, let's say, an old MAC collaboration blush, for example. So like I said, this is the fall makeup must-haves for 2019, and what that means is this is my favorite makeup for fall. This is the makeup I'll be reaching for this fall. Things that I love, colors that are my favorite for fall, and so on. You will see some limited edition makeup in this video, but like Heather says in hers, I'm not rubbing it in. I'm just reminding you to pull out those products if you have them, and if you don't, remember to pull out your own limited edition products if you have them. So I briefly wanted to touch on the types of colors that I will be looking for and reaching for this fall. For eyes, I'm really looking for like mid-tone greens, burnt orange, terracotta, mustard yellow, burgundy, olive green, chartreuse. Basically jewel tones and earth tones and sort of the warmer metallic shades. And then for cheeks, again, definitely terracotta, nude, mauve, dusty rose, and like warm, soft pinks. And then for lips, definitely looking for deeper nudes, plum, orange or orangey nudes, deep rose or dusty rose, and neutral reds. And then for nails, again, I'm looking for those earth tones or jewel tones in mid to deep shades, a little bit grayed out or dusted over, if you will. The other thing I will be including in this video is showing you how I'll be storing these seasonal sort of shop my stash items as we go along. So we're gonna do this in the order that I would apply to my face. So we're going to start with bronzer. So this is the number 7 Match Made bronzer in the shade Caramel. As you can see, I have quite a bit of pan on here, and that is part of why I'm putting it into this group of products, because I would love to go ahead and finish it up this fall. It's a favorite for me, but it is also one of the oldest products in my collection, and this shade is definitely beautiful as my skin starts to lighten up in these cooler months ahead. The second bronzer is very new to my collection, but quickly becoming a favorite, and that is the W7 Hollywood Bronze and Glow. And this is supposed to be dupey for the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, I believe it's called. And either way, it doesn't matter to me. I love this bronzer, and I absolutely love the highlighter as well. The bronzer is very glowy without being obvious, So I'm excited to use these this fall. I do have a little dent going on in the bronzer, so it wouldn't be a bad thing if I ended up hitting pan either. And then the last bronzer is from Hourglass. It is the Radiant Bronze Light of their Ambient lighting bronzers. This is shimmery, but it's a little lighter. It's what I'm wearing today. It's not super obvious. So again, as we head into the cooler months, I think this will be gorgeous. It's very golden, also a perfect bronzer for fall, and I actually think that the Hourglass one and the number 7 one would pair really nicely together as well. So I have 5 blush for this little group of products, and the first one is a cream blush. This is not to say I'm going to neglect all of the other cream blush in my collection. This is to say that this is the color that I find that I'm probably going to use the most this fall, and it is one of the ColourPop blush sticks. This is in the shade Aloha, and this is a beautiful sort of terracotta shade. Definitely my jam for fall, and this is very new to my collection, but I did pick the shade with fall in mind. Next is an oldie but a goodie, and it is the Clinique Cheek Pop in the shade Fig Pop. This is the blush, again, that I am wearing today. I love this blush. It's within that warm terracotta sort of figgy family, and it just applies beautifully to the skin. It blends out really nicely so that it's an appropriate blush for fall. Even as my skin tone starts to lighten up, this doesn't look garish or anything like that. It's just a nice formula. And then the next 3 are relatively new, again, to my collection. Some of these products are newer, some of these products are older. It's just what colors I was feeling for fall more than anything. So next is the Jouer Rose Gold Blush Duo. These shades are Rose Petal and Marigold, and this is a mini from Jouer. I've been wanting to try the Jouer formula, and I thought this was a good way to go, and I really like this pairing of colors. You've got this soft, warm pink, and then you've got, again, more of a terracotta fig shade. It's called Marigold, and these are beautiful together or separately, and it definitely falls in with those favorite shades that I mentioned in the beginning. And then next is brand new, but it's something I've been looking to add to my collection, and I finally did, but I have not used it yet, and it is the CoverGirl Instant Cheekbones in the shade Sophisticated Sable. I do have the pink one as well. You have a mid-tone blush, a little bit deeper blush, and then you have a coordinating highlighter in here. This is very nude, and so this is, like I said, something I was looking to add to my collection because it is a color that I long for in the fall. And last but not least, overall we have a pretty warm color story here, but I also love a cool tone look, and for that I have put in the Kiko Milano Green Me Blush in the shade Soft Mauve. I really love this blush. I don't know, it looks deeper in the pan than it is in the viewfinder. Let's see here. So as you can see, this is a very beautiful mid to deep mauve. Very nice. I haven't got to use this as much as I would like, but I knew I was going to put this into this group of products for the fall. So this will be my blush to sort of coordinate with some of the cooler tone looks that I'll be doing. So let's talk highlighter. Obviously there is one highlighter in the W7 palette that I chose the bronzer for, so I'll be using that as well. But the other highlighters that I chose, starting with a cream highlighter, I have the Light Stix from ColourPop in the shade Earth. This was a Jessica Braun recommendation, and I love a pinky highlighter, and this one definitely is. I feel like it has a touch of peach to it, which is, I think, very flattering to my warmer skin tone, so I'm very excited to use this more. Next, one of my all-time favorite highlighters is my Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in the shade Peach Glow. This is a beautiful soft focus peach highlighter. I find that it just melts into my skin. I really love this color. Like I said, I think peachy is very flattering to my warm undertones, and I think this is going to pair beautifully with all of the warmer blushes that I chose for this season. So I'm really excited to be adding that one. The next three products come in different forms, and the first one that I want to talk about is the JCat Luxe Pro Powder in the Pearl Luminizer version. And this has a little, it's raining highlighter. This has a little sifter on top. I don't know why I felt like I needed to show this to you, but like I was talking about with the subtle highlighters, this is the subtlest of subtle highlighters. Some absolutely do and can use this as a finishing powder, but when I saw Jessica Braun use this as a highlighter, again, she got me. I just knew that I wanted to have this. However, I was having no luck getting it through Ulta or any place, so I finally ordered it off of Amazon. So if you've been looking for this too, Amazon baby. And then the last two, I guess you would kind of call highlight palettes. The first one, now I have loose highlighter over everything. So the first one is the Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo highlighter in the shade Sahara. This was a gift from my neighbor who picked it up at TJ Maxx, but you do have sort of a more bronzy or nude highlight, a little bit more pinky of a highlight, and then a very soft cream colored highlight. Again, these are all very subtle and blendable and just melt into the skin for that glowing from within sort of glow. So I'm excited to use this fall. I've been wanting to get more use out of it, and I think again the tones in here are going to pair really beautifully with the bronzers and the blush that I already chose. And then the final product for highlighter is my Urban Decay Afterglow palette. This is something that I either need to use it or lose it, and again, I thought these shades would be really nice for fall. You have a variety of shades in here. You've got a cream, you've got more of a gold, you've got a bronzy shade, which honestly I probably could use mixed with a matte bronzer, and then a pinky shade, which again I love. So this is how I've organized all of my little cheek products. It's not a huge thing. It's going to be sitting here on my vanity top. So every day when I'm looking for these cheek products, I can check here first and choose some inspiration for fall. And then I did choose one face palette for this fall to work on, to get more use out of, and products that I think will be flattering to the kind of looks that I'll be creating, and that is the Benefit Blush Bar. You have no idea how many times it took me to say that right. So this does have 4 blush and 1 bronzer. I'll not be working on the bronzer because they do have a mini of the Hoola bronzer, and I'd like to get rid of that mini first. This has a lot of options. It has more of your cool tone blush. This Gold Rush blush is going to be stunning for fall. Even California, I don't mind a coral in fall, but also paired with some of the other things that I've already chosen, I think that's going to be beautiful. And then you have Dandelion, which I think is great to mix with any of these, and or it says you can use it as an all-over brightening face powder, so we might try it that way too. Moving into eyeshadow palettes, this was an easy one. It was the first one I thought of whilst mulling over fall eyeshadow palette ideas, and it is the dreaded Subculture palette. I love this palette because it is a fall palette to me. I just love these sort of muted jewel and earth tones in here, and I can't wait to create all kinds of looks with this fall. I am quite the ABH enthusiast. As some of you may know, I do have quite a few of their palettes. This is the quintessential fall palette for this girl right here. Next is, I believe, the only limited edition product that I have in my eyeshadow grouping here, but it is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. Any guesses? It is the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I've practically been just neglecting this in my drawer, waiting for this fall to come because I got it at the end of fall last year as an early Christmas gift. And again, we're just talking jewel tones, you're talking muted earth tones. You know, there's definitely a few pops of color in here, but you're talking about a sort of dusty or deeper orange, you're talking about a berry. They're still fall colors. Another eyeshadow palette that I've sort of been willing myself to wait and use for fall, which is silly, is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This is, again, a perfect example of what I'm talking about when I say sort of dusty or grayed out, muted jewel tones and earth tones. This is that. And then, arguably or not, the most neglected palette in my collection is the Morphe 35F. They call this Fall into Frost. And I remember being super excited when I ordered this because this whole palette is shimmer except for this row right here. So, I mean, this is fall, is it not? I've maybe done 2 or 3 looks with this and I've had it for almost 2 years. So this puppy needs some love and it fits the bill for fall. This next palette I know some of you have in your collection, and I hope you'll pull yours out for fall and create some looks with it too. It is the BH Zodiac palette. In fact, I had a subscriber and friend ask me in the comments the other day if I would create or do like a get ready with me using this palette, so I absolutely will be. And she looks like this. And again, these are beautiful fall tones. I think we have some like leaning towards the shades that I look for winter, but paired with these fall colors, it's going to make a beautiful look. And of course, the mattes are very, very appropriate for fall as well. I absolutely had to include in my fall roundup of eyeshadow palettes the Natasha Denona Lila palette. Lila? Shit, I can't ever remember that. Anyways, for me, again, these are my fall shades: berries, purples, gold, orange. Just stunning. I've been reaching for this quite a bit this summer, but I think it's going to be even more appropriate and even more fun to work with this fall. And last is kind of an homage to Heather, and that is I have one chopping block palette. If I don't make good use out of this palette for fall, I will be decluttering it before winter, and that is the Milani Pure Passion palette. And it looks like this. I think I don't use this because, like the Naked 3 and the Naked Heat and what have you, I feel like I'm going to get a lot of similar looks out of this. But if I'm being honest, I've probably only done, again, 2 or 3 looks out of here. So I'm definitely going to be diving into this because I do love me a rusty, coppery, smoky eye for fall. So those are my palettes. This is how my palettes are stored. It's, you know, one of those, like a folder holder for your desk, but I always put whichever palettes I've been working with or kind of shopping my stash for in this very heavy, awkward to hold thingy. Next is lips, and I have quite a few, so I'm just going to hold them up and show you the color and tell you what it is, and save my thoughts on it for like a fall get ready with me coming soon. These are the 3 shades of the Maybelline Superstay ink crayons that I have picked up so far. And this is a long-lasting lipstick formula. I didn't say it yet, but we're starting with lips. So this is the shade Lead the Way. This is the shade Own Your Empire, a very neutral leaning blue red. And this beautiful berry is called Accept a Dare. Next is the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Ripe Berry. This is my husband's favorite lipstick on me. Then we have the Marc Jacobs Lamarck Liquid Lip Crayon in the shade Plum and Get It. This is a beautiful plum with like a blue purple reflect. Next we have the L'Oreal Plump and Shine in the shade Wild Fig. And last for lipsticks, I have Maybelline Spice For Me, and this is a beautiful creamy burnt orange. For liquid lipsticks, I have two. The first one is the Buxom Shiny Liquid Lipstick in the shade Vava Plump. Beautiful, vibrant berry shade. Oh, it's the Vava Plump in the shade Wine Me. This is more of a liquefied lipstick, but it is the NARS Power Matte Pigment in the shade American Woman. I have this on my lips with one of the glosses over top, and I do have a backup of this because I love it so much, and this is like a deluxe sample size. And then, just because it's fall does not mean I'm not totally obsessed with lip gloss still. So the first one is the Revlon Ultra HD Vinyl Lip Polish. This is in the shade Date Night. Then we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in the shade Toffee. This is more of a cool tone nude, and I'm hoping to pair with this with any cool tone looks I might create. And then the product that I'm wearing over the NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Rosewood. This is sort of a mid to deep tone rosewood or dusty rose shade. And then new to my collection is the Ulta Beauty Lasting Color Lip Gloss Stain. And this is in the shade Monarchy. Looks like this. More of a dusty berry tone, I would say. Last but not least, my Bobbi Brown Crushed Liquid Lip in the shade Give a Fig. And this is sort of like a terracotta red. I don't know. Dusty red, something like that. So those are my lip picks, and the only thing left is nails. So I do paint my nails regularly, but I don't have as many nail polishes as Heather, so she will probably have many more selections for you. But for today I have 4, starting with the shade I've had on my nails in this video. This is the Sally Gel Miracle Gel in the shade Leaf Me Be, and it's just sort of a dusty foresty green, if you will. And then an Essie polish, which are not my favorite, but I have a lot of them, and this is the Essie nail lacquer in the shade Drive In and Dine. This is a beautiful mid to deep shade berry tone. And then I have 2 OPI shades. This one right here, burnt orange, are you surprised? This is the shade It's a Piazza Cake. And another OPI nail lacquer, and this is in the shade Berlin There Done That, and this is like a taupe and more cool tone shade. And that, my friends, is all she wrote. These are the products that I'm looking forward to using all season long for fall. And thank you so much if you are here watching from Heather's channel. I hope you will consider subscribing before you go, and thank you in advance if you do. And what do you think of my picks? What will you be using this fall season? Thank you to Heather for agreeing to this collaboration with me. She is so sweet. I've really enjoyed talking with her over Instagram, and I hope to do more collabs together in the future. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon.